Most important one is space. Remember, our houses are much smaller than yours. We're a smaller country with lots of people. There's not a lot of space. Sometimes we have space-saving solutions. Hold on, let me just ignore my breakfast. My washing machine is here. No space there. So my ingenious landlord put it here, there, and it backs into my kitchen. The other one is a lot of our houses were built before water and sanitation were run to houses. Now let me show you this. This is the way that back-to-backs worked. A lot of houses were built like this. Sorry, I knew that. Right, now these are houses where they were built in blocks like that, and originally there would have been a loo for everyone to share at either end of the street, and a pump from which everybody went to get their water. There would have been nothing to the houses. So later on, when they added water and sanitation to houses, they couldn't get it here, they got it to there, and a lot of the kitchens ended up being at the front. Sometimes they could run it to the back, but obviously you'd have to dig up the floor to run the sewage pipes in. Or they were like this. Now this was how my London house was. These were built in 1860, and they were built, this bit here would be gardens. Everyone had a back-to-back garden. And when they were built, there was an outside lavatory to every house. They were railwaymen's cottages, and the height of modernity in about 1860, I think they were built. Everyone had an outside lavatory, and the sewage ran down the middle of the backs of the gardens, and we all linked into it there. And there was a cold water only tap. In fact, when I moved into a house like this, it still had the outside loo and a cold water only tap, and the kitchens were at the back. Now, when you think about it, there's no space to put a special room to have your washing machine. They weren't invented then. You would have a copper in the shed out the back in the garden, which the copper had gone by the time I moved in, but there had been a copper that you filled, and you put a fire under it to heat it up. But when washing machines became a thing, they started off as twin tubs in the 50s, 60s. Everyone had a twin tub. I had a twin tub. I liked it. And then automatic washing machines. There wasn't another room in the house that you could do it. Maybe the bathroom, but all your water and your drainage was at the back of the house, which is where your kitchen was, with the water and the drainage at the back of the house. There's nowhere else to put it. Where do you put your washing machine? You put it in the kitchen where there's the water and the drainage. Now, new build houses in the UK are much more likely to have a little boot room or a little utility room attached, because obviously they're designed in a time when washing machines are normal and everyone's expected to have them. But most of our houses weren't. And when you then think, when you are being provided your water and your sanitation by, not you, because you can't afford it, the railway company or the gasworks or whoever you paid your rent to, being philanthropic and giving you water, they wouldn't dig up your floor to do it. They'd just put it to the bit that they could. And that's where we end up having our washing machines. And it's now just where we expect to have them. But yeah, so that's why a combination of space and history.